Hello, Mark King here, and here's an article from The Blaze. It's by Aaron Colin, and it's titled "California Governor Newsome sees yellow fever as an opportunity to usher in a new progressive era." You know, um, you know. Okay, so progressives are these. How do I say it right? I believe progressives are these people who don't really believe in anything, right? So they're typically made up of victim groups and women, right? So what I mean by people who don't believe in anything is people who are simply given marching orders from whoever's above for a new agenda. For example, perfect example would be like everybody was against gay marriage until they weren't. Until the media all of a sudden got on board. Same thing with transgenderism. People are against it until the media got on board. These are what progressives are. Progressive policies. So Gavin Newsom is hoping to use this situation, the pandemic, as a jumping off point for where he can push an agenda. I'm not sure if he means economically or socially. Both are really terrible. Okay, progressive agenda is clearly pushing towards the direction of socialism and probably communism, right? Think of socialism in simple terms, right? Basically, everybody kind of owns everything, right? So that's essentially the definition. Why communism is basically the state, the government owns everything, right? So think of it like that, right? So in socialism, basically you have to share everything. In communism, government dictates what's being shared essentially. There's some nuances there, but that's the simplest way to think of it, right? So and it's scary. This guy Newsom, he looks like a snake oil salesman. You know, he looks like he actually honestly he looks like a pastor. But he's some no. I even think these guys are just liberal lunatics. I think he's just lunatics in general. To be honest with you. Anyway, so again, it's that Robert Manuel thing. Never let a good crisis go to waste. He sees this. Okay, so let's just read. So Democrats are advocating for environmental and labor reforms in the stimulus bill that did not directly relate to aiding Americans or struggling businesses. Something Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was highly upset by the attempt, and that's true. That's terrible. I mean, why the American people are suffering. These asshats are trying to play political games, and like, okay, so a normal thinking person, right? The person who's normal would see this and be like, "I'm never voting for these guys." But as we know, the ABC people, they tend not to be normal, and the supporters, they don't see this as a burden to them. Again, a lot of these people live at home, and they come from like Carlos Maza. They come from wealth. You know, this prick Maza, he accuses everybody else of being wealthy while hiding his own wealth, and then he had the nerve to say that. But if if Carlos Maza was a guy on Vice who completely basically led to an ad apocalypse. I think two ad apocalypses because he's upset that Steven Crowder called him a gay wonk. Well, he actually self-described himself as a gay wonk. And basically he pretended to be poor and to pretend to be a working man until he was called out. I think earlier this year. I can't remember who wrote the article. New York Post. I think it was New York Post, but could be wrong. Anyway, he never claimed to come from wealth, and then he excused it by he's been struggling because he took a low paying internships. Right, internships typically aren't paying. At least what I know, internships aren't paying. And for him, his claim or his self defense claim is that he took a low paying internship. Well, maybe he took an internship that could go on for somebody who actually needed it. Somebody who actually could have used the boost. Instead, he's probably given because he probably knew people. That's my best assumption. Usually internships, schools can either find it for you, or you can find it yourself. So anyway, this is what the new progressive ever would probably entail. pushing more socialist ideas and probably more identity politics. Sadly, one of these socialist ideas that's failing right now is this is by the Washington Examiner by Madison Dibble. I touched upon this recently about New York banning reusable shopping bags because it spreads viruses, and it's like this is what the progressive ideas lead to. Like things like things like plastic bags. Again, they become handy. People reuse them for garbage. I do even garbage and storing things. It's just, and it's a shame when it takes something of this magnitude to get it into their heads. Like these people who push this environmentalism, they don't understand what they're doing. When you're pushing environmentalism, you're pushing anti-humanism essentially. You don't get technology without using the environment. I talked about this. Like technology has declined, and one of the things I've heard while talking to people, like one of the best ideas I heard was probably the reason technology hasn't been advancing as it should because we have all these environmental laws, and it's true. You have to use the environment to create things. If you don't push the envelope, you never create anything. You don't create art. You don't create music. You don't create ideas. You have to push the envelope. But yeah, this is just the article. There's nothing we don't know about. It's really short, as you can see. Anyway, goodbye to those reusable shopping bags because they were awful. At least unsanitary things, and good riddance. I'm glad to see all these quote unquote policies are being rolled back because they're archaic. And people don't realize how bad it is when you actually don't have shopping bags. It's actually kind of terrible when imagine you have to carry like 5 or 6 bags in your basically your pocket to carry things. It's ridiculous. And like I said, I found myself, for those who haven't experienced that, I found myself just not buying much. Just I can't tote all that stuff. You have to walk. You can't do it. It's impossible. So anyway, this is just a short little article I read, and I hope you enjoyed it. And reject all progressivism. Okay, reject liberalism. It leads to disaster. Always has and always will. Okay, guys, take care. Please share, save, subscribe, enjoy. I will post the article and link if you want to check it out. Bye. Be safe.